The views and opinions expressed in this video are solely those of the individual speaking and do not represent the views of this channel or any affiliated organizations. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
That to some extent, being a leader demands you to grow so much more than you ever wanted for yourself, because they're basically relying on you on a lot of things, and they would only be half of what you are. So I need to ensure that I'm always 200% so they're 100%, and that entails a lot of growth, a lot of passion, a lot of discipline. You know, there's a solid alignment when it comes to that. Like passion, or if you want or you love doing something, essentially it doesn't really feel like work anymore. It's just oh, okay, it's just a natural part of me. Today I have another day, and the default thing you go to is that, just because it's fun, just because it's something you really like doing.
I really do spend time to help my team, whatever they need, as long as I can do it.
Hey guys, this is Blockchain for Executives podcast, where we have one single mission, is to teach you how you can leverage blockchain technology in your business. I'm Christian Carapas, and I'm your co-host for today, and I will help you understand, together with our main host, Alvin Reyes, how blockchain can be leveraged in your business. So for today, our topic is very interesting because we have a really awesome guest with, quite frankly, is peculiar in a way that he actually has 13 plus years of IT experience, but eventually moved to advertising and marketing. And I don't know how that happened. We're going to learn all about that within our podcast. But before we go into that, Alvin, bro, how are you doing over there at Canada right now?
I am great. Sunday morning here. Sun is up. Lots of things to do today. But I'm really excited about our podcast and our guest today and the things that we can learn from his experience. I'm really particularly interested with his transition from IT to where he is right now. So that's interesting to me because I am like a software engineer for 15 years now, and then I don't see myself transitioning. So I want to learn more about that. So yeah, excited about it.
Now, without further ado, we have our guest over here. His name is Luis Napone. He is an amazing guy with massive experience in both tech and advertising, and has massive results when it comes to marketing for a Web3 project that, of course, he will tell the story later on. Brother Luis, how are you over there, and how's the weather today?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me. And first of all, nice to meet you all. I just see you guys all in Facebook before, and then I added you up because I want to network with like-minded people. And now, surprisingly, I'm here talking about blockchain and stuff. Great. It's great here in Tagaytay, United States. It's Tagaytay.
Man, yeah.
Thankfully, no more VOG. Because there had been sobrang lala ang VOG dito.
Yeah. Yep.
So right now there's clearing and the air is fresh. Yeah. How about in your location there, guys? What's up with there? Is it still raining or what, Christian?
You know, bro, honestly, I don't know how the air is outside because I've been inside the entire day doing a lot of online work. I'm like, dude, I barely spend any time outside. I'm basically a geek pressing my keyboard every day. But so far from the last time I went out, which was, by the way, yesterday, no vlogs, no smoke, no blockers or visibility, although we're still very keen to make sure that we're prepared. So we do have some N95s here still, because my little brother's kind of worried about it, because I've seen a Facebook post of an N95 that turned black. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but Gary, that means it goes into your system. That's why we're still being very careful.
Definitely it does. I just got better because I had probably inhaled a few of those stuff in my system. So I was coughing for the last week and a half, and then my eyes feel like they're really tired, which is the same feeling when I had back when the Taal volcano erupted 3 years ago. So it is dangerous, but yeah, I guess what doesn't kill you will
Makes you strong.
Makes you stronger. Makes you stronger. Makes you immune. In a way.
But that's good to know. At least you're recovering, because it's interesting. Do you think the flu season was caused by the VOG or the Taal volcano, or do you think it's just a coincidence? Really?
Yeah, no, man. Probably a very bad coincidence that Taal erupted and then some virus in Wuhan got spread all over the world. So,
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now we're done with the introductions. I want us to go into the nitty-gritty and really start talking about what you do, bro, when it comes to pattern interrupt media and your background as an entrepreneur and as a professional. Because the first thing I'm going to ask you is something very serious and something that I want you to tell me if it's something you're not comfortable talking about.
sure.
Brother Luis, what made you switch from IT to advertising?
Yeah, you know what, yun yung iniisip ko tanong mo, pero ano to? Parang ako, like,
Ang worst yung mga palad ko,
parang iba.
Hot seat question,
Sino question agad, right? Yeah.
There are a lot of reasons, but the primary reason would probably be corporate politics, man. In the office. Kasi I've been promoted to like a leadership role several times in my 13-15 years in the industry, but I never did really get the chance to go up the top of the corporate ladder. And that's because that's my selfish reason, because I want to help my teammates. Because nung team leader pa lang ako, I really do spend time to help my team, whatever they need, as long as I can do it. And then I wanted to climb the corporate ladder so I could help not just my team, but the entire department. Unfortunately, I got tired of corporate politics. And then secondly, my creativity gets suppressed when I am in an environment where you're just supposed to say yes, or you're not that valued. So those are the two primary reasons. And then nung late 2017, I told myself, talagang tinanong ko sarili ko, like, am I gonna be like this in the next 5, 6, 8, 10 years? Parang, am I just gonna say yes to some corporate rules without, them valuing what I got? And then that's when I decided to quit corporate and then dive head straight into freelancing. I started out as a freelance copywriter for a few years, 2 years, 2 years, yeah, about 3 years. So I wrote ads for several clients, from coaches, from several industry like coaching, fitness, e-commerce, financial, any industry. Wala pang OnlyFans dun, so I couldn't vouch for that. So yeah, yung nagustuhan ko mostly sa when I transitioned into the freelancing industry is I get to do whatever I want. Yung creative juices ko, I really get to leverage them in the form of writing, and not just writing ads. It really feels great that what you wrote helped your client make money, not just money, of course, but help their brands scale or grow. So that's my story why I transitioned from IT to marketing.
Wow. Completely relatable, honestly. Kasi ganyan din ako, like, I spent like, 8 years, 10 years sa corporate environment. Very similar. And then, politics din yung nag-drive it out sa akin sa enterprise. Pero, in a way, I never stopped coding, kasi coding is something that I really want to do. Like, even if there's no corporate, I want to program, I want to build something. Kaya parang hindi ako nag-transition into another like aspect of, a profession. I completely understand yung corporate. Minsan nga to the point na parang you spend your day just fighting politics, right? Not really doing the work that you're doing, pero you're like sort of, that happens, bro, pag nasa taas ka na.
Yeah.
People are trying to like, kasi they need to justify that they're better than you.
Yeah.
They're better than this, and then they're dapat sila yung nando doon. Like, it's a ladder, but honestly, it's sort of like a triangle ladder na parang, parang everyone is just trying to, try to upon each other. So it's
Correct.
I completely understand what, kung bakit.
And
Like, makes sense sa akin. Yeah.
True, that is really unavoidable sa totoo lang. But what really pisses me off is that I don't want to climb the corporate ladder kasi for the sake of position. My teammates, they're really helping me to grow as a person in both in and out of the office. So sila yung rason gusto kong tulungan and makatulong sa buong department, because I know a few leaders in the department before na kurwari they're helpful, but they have the agenda.
Their own agenda. Yeah.
Yeah. But I really relate to the part of you saying that your teammates are your catalyst for growth, because I realized when I was leading as well, the teams that we have with the friends that I have, that to some extent being a leader demands you to grow so much more than you ever wanted for yourself, because they're basically relying on you on a lot of things, and they would only be half of what you are. Usually that's my ratio. So I need to ensure that I'm always 200% so they're 100%, and that entails a lot of growth, a lot of passion, a lot of discipline and grit into the So I really love the fact that what drove you to go up wasn't because you wanted higher pay, you wanted to go up. What drove you was because you wanted to help your team, and I really resonate with that. I really love that.
First, it was about the pay. No mga early team leader years ago. First, it was about the pay and the cloud inside the department.
Yeah. I mean, corporate environment, right? I mean, pay, you don't ignore, of course, you don't ignore the pay, pero sometimes you're just too good to get promoted, right? You have the leadership skills, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
See, yung ginagawa mo, those are like leadership traits, right? Like, hindi lahat ng leader, like you mentioned, yung ibang leads or managers, there's a difference between a leader and a manager, eh. Yung may ibang leaders na parang may sarili silang agenda because they want to promote themselves or they want to advocate themselves. You, yourself, like, you're not just advocating yourself, but you're also advocating for your teammates, right? So you're lifting them up, right? So that's a side of a good leader, and they're compensating you to be a good leader. Pero yun nga, as you go up, people is gonna start recognizing, oh man, I'm not as good as this guy. I need to do something. And you're just too good. Yeah, that's what I see. You're just too good. Kaya and then you got tired of it. Kasi all you want to do is work, right? All you want to do is uplift your, uplift your team. Like, you don't want to deal with politics.
Exactly.
I understand your stress. Yung stressful na yun. Kasi you don't want to deal with it, pero you have to deal with it. Kasi nandun sa position na yun, eh. And you cannot really demote yourself. Like, you can't pwede ma-demote, right? Hindi man okay yun, right? So, that's
that's 100% true.
Yeah. So it's a good. You're a great leader. That's what I'm seeing right now, man. That you're a great leader. That's
well.
Yeah.
I wish they've seen that. Yung mga kasama ko yung mga higher ups sa office before na. Well, can't cry over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make them see if they really do have a different perspective or different desire or different goal. It's so hard to nudge them towards the view that we want them to see. But apart from your leadership and your corporate transition to advertising and marketing, another part of your profile that's really interesting and caught my eye was you launched a coaching program, generated 4 million plus pesos without spending on ads or leveraging an email list. And the student success rate was high. It was 40% plus to 83%. So what happened there? Because these numbers are really great. It's really solid. And it's a coaching program that could deliver 83% in terms of success rate is really amazing. I want to know what transpired there and what made that happen. Or what do you think contributed to that being possible?
Yeah, thanks, man. First off, nung pandemic yan, before going to the launch, I was really struggling kasi I lost a client when the pandemic started. So sabi ko, I have bills to pay, man. I have kids to feed. So, ang hirap maghanap ng clients kasi lahat nagsarado. I mean, yung mga businesses doon sa Australia, nagsasarado. So, sabi ko, ano kaya to? And then, naalala ko, hey, di ba gusto mo you want to step up as a leader nung nasa corporate ka. Why don't you can do it right now since you have the right place, you have the right environment na hindi ka natali sa corporate. Why don't you try to do it yourself? So yun, I launched my own coaching program, first iteration of the coaching program noong March. Hindi pa yun yung high-ticket coaching program na binibenta ko dito sa Pilipinas. It was just some regular so-so coaching program. But the thing is, nung first launch ko, doon ko na figure it out na, holy shit, I have something, I have what it takes. So parang, Yun yung part na sa first batch ng coaching program ko, like 84% yung success rate. Sabi ko, sige, try ko nga isa pa. Nag-launch ulit ako ng isa pang batch. Ayun, 40% yung, 30 or 40% yung plus yung success rate. Sabi ko, try natin sa third batch. Sa third batch, medyo, ano na ako, I must admit, I kinda did not meet my numbers. I think it was just 2 or 3 out of 6 people na na-train ko yung naging successful because nung nag-launch ako ng third batch, ang daming nagsilabasan ng coaches na andun sa freelancing. Because pandemic, ganun din siguro yung mindset nila eh. So parang we were competing in one pool of market that I really don't know how to outshine the competition that time. Kasi totoo nga naman, I was just doing what everybody else is doing. But my only advantage is I did it first compared sa mga newcomer coaches. So, sabi ko, nawawalan ako ng edge. Kasi sila, may mga sikat na grupo eh. Ako, wala eh. Independent lang ako. So, fast forward to November 2020, I invested in a ticket coaching program sa taga-Switzerland yung coach ko. I paid him like a really big money. Para sa akin kasi I wouldn't spend that amount in a coaching program. Like I spent $7,000 to pay him to learn sales, organic marketing, lead generation, persuasion. So lahat na combo. So sulit naman yung ginastos ko kasi 3 weeks into the program I made $16,000 already in revenue.
Wow.
So sabi ko, okay itong nakuha ko. Sabi ko, karapay na ako.
Nakuha mo na agad. Namalik mo na yung gap.
So, ayun, it went on for several, I think, naka 3 or 4 batches ako. So, that's a total of $80,000+ in revenue, or 4 million plus pesos in revenue. I guess yung pinaka-proud moment ko dun is, I invested in that program without any heavy connections sa freelancing industry na sikat na coach, sikat na group that backed me up. I did it all on my own. So yun yung pinaka-proudest moment ko na despite all the hardships and the rejections that I get from other coaches that I tried to collaborate with, I got a lot of no kasi nung una. Sabi ko, bahala kayo, magsosolo ako, ayaw yung sumama sa akin. So it was really tiring kasi ako yung nag-approach, naghahanap ng leads, ako yung nagko-close, ako rin yung taga-fulfill, nagtuturo sa kanila. So it was a really hard job for a one-man team. But I guess yung pinaka-drive ko dun is mindset. That what's really pushed me to do what I wanted to do and nail the goals that I have. So yun.
You have the perfect experience to execute that. Kasi you mentioned earlier, alam mo yung sinabi ni Christian na you were doing coaching, leadership coaching program. I was like, oh, wow, okay. That makes sense kasi you were a great leader. Sa enterprise ka, you use that sort of experience that you have as a leader, right? Kasi yung mindset mo iba eh. You're not for you, it's for your team. So, like you were able to utilize that. And it shows the results. And the results are there. Like, sabi mo, dami mo success rates. It was good. It was great. And then you just have to sort of, I guess you just have to sort of future-proof yung methodology mo. I don't know, methodology so that you can increase the numbers, right? So,
right.
That was really good. That's a good transition. So like, you feel fulfilled, right? Whenever you do.
Exactly.
That's,
yung goal ko sa corporate, di ko nagawa eh. Nagawa ko siya dito. Sa freelance industry pa na like I don't know these people. I just talk to them on Facebook, parang TLDR, hey, I have this program. Do you want to sign up? Pag yes, okay, close the deal. Pag wala, okay, thank you, next. Parang ganon. So I feel fulfilled. I must say it really felt good. One of my selfish reason is that gusto ko sana mangyari to sa corporate na parang I want them to know who I am, that I help those people who are in need. So sabi ko, hindi ko siya nagawa sa corporate, dito ko siya nagawa. It really feels great, man. Not that.
Yeah. Sa corporate, naka-tie up ka kasi, like you have sort of like limited limited things that you can do. At least this one, independent ka na. And yeah, I can see that. I can feel that. Whenever you do something that you know that you're good at, and then you know that you can execute, you have passion. And you're gonna make yourself fulfilling yung feeling ng whenever you execute it. And that also sort of pushes you to be disciplined enough to persist to be persistent dun sa failures. For example, diba sabi mo kanina, like minsan may mga clients ka na, they're saying no, some of them are saying yes, right? But you still keep at it kasi you know that you can bring this to the table. You know that you may value yung ginagawa. That's really good.
Hindi ko actually naisip yan before. So thanks for bringing that up. Iniisip ko lang parang I really have to make it kasi gusto kong ginagawa ko. But I never thought.
Pero isipin mo parang yun yung mo, di ba? Pagpupush sa'yo right? Kasi yun din ako like pinupush ko yung sarili ko because I love this. I like doing this. Kahit anong mangyari sa akin, kahit anong negative na mangyari. I'm gonna do it Kasi ito yung, at the end of the day, ito yung gagawin ko Passion ko kasi siya Hindi ko sometimes sarili ko minsan, I'm thinking, even sa deathbed ko, baka hold pa rin ako kasi it's just part of me na. Ganun na yung feeling ko. I know the feeling.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's a really, really, there's a solid alignment when it comes to that. Like passion, or if you want or you love doing something, essentially doesn't really feel like work anymore. It's just it's just a natural part of me. Today, I have another day, and the default thing you go to is that just because it's fun. Just because it's something you really like doing. So I understand that part too. Because tech, definitely something I love doing. But enough about the profile, because we finally know a really big holistic view of who you are, at least your background in business and what you've done, freelancing, coaching. We want to start talking about how Pattern Interrupt Media operates right now and how the entire ops work and your mission for Pattern Interrupt. So we would understand what are the points in that operation where technology or blockchain technology can come in and leverage so you can increase your returns potentially.
Yeah, so Pattern Interrupt Media is actually 3 years in the making kasi wala akong mahanap na reliable partners or team when I thought of this idea 3 years ago. But finally, nilakasan ko ng loob ko earlier this year kasi sabi ko, it's now or never. But the good thing is, I met a few people that I can really trust. So on board naman sila. It's basically a marketing agency for Web3 and esports. Those are the niches natin target namin. It's super early in its stage. Like I launched it a few weeks ago, but like what I said, ilang taon na ako sa marketing and product launch. So confident akong i-carry over to yung mga skills na to if ever I get to make my own stuff. So basically, our startup is focusing on launching projects, may it be Web3 blockchain projects or esports, whatever. Kasi yun yung specialty namin I have to be honest, hindi ko pa nale-leverage yung blockchain doon, but I'm really thinking about integrating it hopefully in the future, when I get big or when we get big, because I want to integrate blockchain plus the thought of GameFi, because gamer din ako. I want to be able to not just deliver quality results to the clients, but also let them enjoy the experience by gamifying the experience that we offer. So, yun, I have to be honest, I'm not on the technical side yet. So, there you go.
But for your day-to-day ops, could you walk us through how Pattern Interrupt Media serves a client, if that's okay for you to disclose at least high-level details? So we would see, okay, how can Luis integrate blockchain in the future?
Sure. So, for example, there's a Web3 client na interested sa pag-launch and they don't know how to do it, but they have the resources to launch their thing. So what I usually do is come up with a go-to marketing strategy. Product market fit muna to validate their products if it's indeed the need of the target market. Pag hindi, if it's just a high school cash grab project, I would say no, which I already did last year dalawa na yung nireject ko kasi
Mhm.
I did found value to it. Okay, so product market fit una, making sure that what they have is what the market needs. And then go to marketing strategy next, which is I'll create a strategy on how to go about selling their offer in a non-salesy way. Kasi napansin ko sa mga, like for example blockchain games, they're all about the hype, laging, or kahit hindi blockchain games, kahit yung mga crypto projects, they're all about selling the hype, which is okay lang naman kasi yun yung that's what marketing is about, create a hype too, so that it's gonna be the talk of the town, and then other people will know about what you have and then potentially buy it. But hindi kasi measurable yung ganong, para sa akin hindi measurable yung ganong approach na marketing. So I have to craft a strategy carefully on how to, like for example, get their followers, create attraction in terms of, create a KPIs in terms of like kung kailangan nila ng followers, community, build a community. What do they have to do, or what do we have to do to get that community in their ecosystem? Yung mga ng project owner. Like for example, ano bang gusto nilang sa sales funnel kasi when you create a sales funnel, usually the first stage of marketing campaign is brand awareness. So what is your front end offer na pwede mong ibigay at a loss, not really loss na totally bankrupt ka, but for front end offers kasi usually you will shell out money, which in some say you could lose money, but at the end of the day you spend money to get the objective created, the community created, para for the long term, you have your own community to sell and nurture. May raving fans ka nang nagawa. So, yeah, I would start with brand awareness campaign first and then figure out what simple, educated, and valuable stuff they can give away for free. So, free or at least a lower price range so their community can opt in to buy.
Yeah. So parang ano pala, like para siyang, in a way, para siyang, hindi siya launchpad, no? Kasi launchpad, like, may fundraising aspect kasi siya, eh. Pero a launchpad is like, parang, di ba? Parang may aspect siya of marketing, building the community, building the social network for the specific project, helping them go to market if they can, like, within the marketing, the business development. Pero meron kasi fundraising aspect din kasi, for example, if they want to do an ICO or an STO, ano man yung fundraising. So I guess sa'yo, wala pa dun sa fundraising. It's more of marketing, right? Like business development. And, just helping them build a community, which is very important pagdating sa Web3. Sa Web3, like, minsan talagang backed by community most nung drive, nung project itself. Meron silang, parang social proof yun, na, okay, this is that this idea or this project is viable. Kasi parang, you have a certain number of supporters, certain number of partners who supporting the project. So like yun yung ganun yung parang ginagawa nyo right now sa business. Like you were helping them.
Yeah, so just validating the product market fit muna.
Validating. I'm right off it. Oh, okay. Alright. So parang like for example, like so like sa Web3, I'm specifically like curious sa mga Web3 and GameFi. So Web3, like meron na ba kayong mga projects right now that you're working with like sa Web3 space, like tech? Or
wala pa. I was supposed to send a few proposals sa mga nakilala ko ng blockchain week, but I'm really too busy pa. Probably this week. Hopefully we will onboard them, but wala pa nga sa ngayon. Pero I did used to work with a blockchain project, blockchain game last year. Kaya hindi naman siya walang pinagkaiba actually yung strategy na ginawa ko when I launched my coaching program to the Web3 project. I mean, may pinagkaiba, sorry, aside from tech. Pero super minimal lang. Pero yung fundamentals doon is still the same. Build the community, nurture the community, sell to the community, and then form strategic partnerships or joint ventures in tawag kasi sa traditional marketing pagka nag-reach out ka sa strategic partnerships. So first off, we validate the product through brand awareness campaign, tapos we create a conversion campaign. Doon na yung sinasabi mong bro, yung ICO kasi conversion focus na yung campaigns, meaning the project is there to sell their stuff to the community na na-build nila. So doon na papasok yung private sale, pre-sale, public sale, ICO, whatever whatever offer na may financial aspect na, doon na. Oo.
Pero yun, pwede nyo rin i-facilitate yun, yung entire
yes.
na yun.
Yes. Oo. Matrabaho siya, actually. Mag-lunch.
Ako yun. Yeah,
Matrabaho siya.
I did like siguro 2 ICOs and kami lang, hindi kami parang, wala kaming, honestly, wala kaming ganyang parang service na yung ino-offer mo. Like kami lang talaga, like marketing full blown, tapos lang, wala ka kaming mga ganyang statistics and metrics. Talagang nag-ICO lang kami. Meron lang kami mga venture, mga initial investors, private sale. Pero now that I think about it, kung may ganyang service it's gonna be beneficial for those who wants to raise funds, right? Or to further their project, right? To further yung yung longevity ng project itself, or kung yung mismo project mismo, yung product.
Yeah.
So that's a really good service. Like may gap. Honestly, like now that you think about it, like parang may gap nga yan. Kasi yung nag-ICO, yung mga fundraising, yung launchpad, marami silang maraming tech, right? Maraming marunong mag-tech. Maraming, in a way, relatively, mas maraming, may mga projects, may mga products naman. Pero when it comes to engaging partners, business development, marketing, or even like doing fundraising, most of these projects, yung mga tech-backed projects, medyo clueless sila eh. Hindi nila alam kung ano yung next steps. Hindi nila alam kung ano yung gagawin. So, yung service mo, that's gonna fill that gap. Right? So, technically, kung may project na Web3 project, pwede natin i-onboard through your service. And then you can help them with brand awareness, marketing, PD, up until ICO pa, right? Fundraising.
Up until scaling na, if they want to reach out to strategic partnerships, to, kaya ko rin yun. Namin pala, agency. Kasi, na-realize ko, when I was working with this blockchain game last year, is like, launching, kayang-kaya yon. Pero, may ultimate goal pala yon kung bakit namin ginawa yon. It's because we were looking for fundraising. So, yung VC kasi hindi naman magpa-fundraise kung wala kang numbers, wala kang traction. So, umiikot yung strategic product launch na ginawa ko doon sa ginawa namin para mafundan ng VC. So, sabi ko, that makes sense. Which is, I'm also planning to offer that service to sa VC.
At least you can like give the metrics na yun. Ability of product. And then then you can use that to pitch sa mga VCs, potential VCs.
Galing.
That's nice.
End-to-end na, no? As in, parang full stack solution for the...
Kasi at one point, dati, lalo na product development ako, may gusto kong i-further na project, right? So I have the product, right? Pero I don't know, like, I want to fund it. I wanna, siyempre, binubootstrap ko siya, pero gusto kong reach, like, mga venture capitalists, right? Of course, for VCs, kailangan nila ng numbers kailangan nila ng metrics kailangan nilang malaman kung talaga bang viable to, kung talaga bang okay to, kung talaga bang kikita to, or kung talaga bang parang, does it align with their own, like, values or their own, like, preference. And I was like, paano kaya ako mag-generate ng metrics? Ano ba yung kailangan nilang metrics? Ano ba yung kailangan nilang mga social proof? Ano ba yung kailangan nilang mga, data to support that my project is working, that my project is good? So, isa yun sa struggle ng someone who is into product development pero hindi marunong mag-market, marunong mag-business development. And you're providing that. That's good. That's really good.
Do I have I actually have a question for Bro Luis when it comes to, it kind of seems like the thing I see, the pattern I see when it comes to marketing and Web3 is it's really through community building in a sense. From what I've gauged, yours is very organic, and the way you build it is by adding more and more and more value to your community until eventually they become so nurtured that they are compelled to take action without you even trying to sell to them.
Exactly.
But I know other Web3 community builders actually aren't as value adding as you do, or not as organic as you do, because there's this, let me know if this happens in the industry or if you've ever tried this, but there's this thing they call organic shilling. So yung organic shilling is you have multiple Discord. Meron kang 2 bayarin. Ito gagawin niyo, bro. Usap kayo. Pero mag-uusap kayo in multiple Discord server. They're not trying to sell people, pero they're just trying to chat. Uy, did you buy this? Did you buy that? And that type of conversation generates FOMO, and eventually that grows the community. That grows the number. Pero the sad thing there is, I didn't see the long-term sustainability nung nung method na yun. Because eventually, when push comes to shove, everybody, boom!
Yes.
Kasi they weren't as attached and as, they don't feel that they belong to the community.
Yeah,
That's correct. It's laganap din yan bro sa coaching. Yung ganyan strategy, parang freelancer A, freelancer B, tapos ito yung coach, sabihin ng coach, mag-usap kayo, ganito ganyan, topic nyo. Siyempre, i-promote yun na rin ako dyan. Pag-usapan nyo to sa mga ganito ganyan. It works at some extent, but it doesn't, it's not long term. Kasi pinakamahalaga kasi dito is, your community. That's how I was able to, of course, I know about this already sa mga natulungan kong clients before, but I just did validate it na ganito pala talaga siya when I launched my own thing sa coaching. So, community is important because they may not be able to buy now, but at least you were able to create fans of your brand that will buy at some point when they are ready. Totoo yan. Kasi 3 years ago when I launched my coaching program, yung iba kong kausap fully declined. Pero yung iba kong nakakausap, I was friends with or we were still talking on Facebook. Tapos nung nag-launch ako last year, yun, bumili sila. So, it is really, mahalaga talaga yung community in terms of, community building in terms of whatever industry you're in. Kasi sila yung bubuhay sa'yo eh.
Isip ko tuloy, siguro maganda integration sa blockchain is, like maybe you can create some sort of community-driven voting system wherein, like, parang pwede pag nag-onboard ka ng Web3 projects, like, anyone can vote kung okay ba tong project na to or hindi, just to feel kung sino yung committed or not because they need to sort of like pay for a fee, right? And then parang out of that DAO or out of that voting system, makikita mo yung parang tunay na, like, yung result, right? Okay, this project, ang ano dito, ang tingin ng karamihan dito is this is a good one, this is a great project, this is not, hindi siya, meron siyang proof, meron siyang code, meron siyang social proof, meron siyang mga audited source code. So parang I think like, for example, if you're gonna tap some more Web3 projects, that's like one thing that I think lang would be great as well. Kasi like technically you can create like it's like a parang feedback system lang, right? Feedback system, pero instead of like a feedback system na centralized, you can use like a blockchain, like a DAO or a voting system that's backed by blockchain. So that each and every user can vote, right? Can really give their feedback on
yes.
thing. Para hindi rin siya, para anti-bot na nga din siya. Kasi every time you vote, it's gonna be a transaction. So those who are really supporting the project will commit, right? Some level of fee, right? To vote for, So makikita mo rin yung in a way, like organic, yung pinaka talagang committed dun sa projects na yun, right? So, yun nakikita ko ba pwedeng gawin yun eh. So aside from that, yung mga fundraising, kasi meron akong may trinay akong i-launch sa Oasis Network na parang launchpad. Like, it's a fundraising platform nga din siya. Pero the way we do it is, parang mag-register sila dun sa system and then, kunyari, NFT project. So, minsan, parang meron na kaming automated way to generate those NFTs for them based on their quantity, based on their, kung kunyari, meron na silang naka-define na quantity, number of pre-mint tokens, ano yung mga digital assets. So, parang end-to-end no-code solution na siya for launching a Web3 project. And not specifically Web3 like as like a dApp, pero blockchain, like token. So, kasi usually, pang mga blockchain and Web3 projects, lagi naman may token yan eh, right?
Yeah.
So, parang if you can automate that, if we can automate that way of creating like a generic NFT or like a no-code tool for for your project, parang malaking lift na yon for them. And then sa end ng process na yon, it's like, you can think of it like a wizard type na, okay, register project, description, and then next is, how many tokens do you need for this project? NFT ba siya? ERC ba siya? 20? Like, anong chain? And then next project, next screen is like, okay, ito yung mga iba pang information about the project, images and all. And then by the end of that wizard type, like, parang system, mag-generate na siya ng contract. Mag-generate na siya ng parang, ng mga information about the project that you can use for your brand awareness, all right? Or for your, for your social marketing. So, yeah, I think okay yun, yung gano'ng system. At least it's backed by blockchain, right? It's not...
Maganda siya. Yeah. That's the gamify mo na lang for added value. Rewards, stuff like that. Karamihan kasing projects is, well, good thing naman sa bear market is parang nawala na yung mga fluffy projects now. But the idea that you guys discussed, I think from a business owner's perspective, especially from a venture capitalist, maganda siya. Siguro pagka nakakuha na ng traction, that shit's gonna be fun. Ganda niya. Ganda ng idea. It solves a problem. Yun naman talaga yung hanap ng business ngayon eh.
Yeah. It made it more organic then, right? Legitimate. Made it more legitimate din yung metrics, right? So, yun eh. Pag pinakita mo yun na, okay, this is like the legitimate numbers that you have, that's much more attractive to the VCs, which will at the project, right? Win-win for everyone. Like, potentially ma-eliminate mo pa yung mga bots. Yung hindi talaga. Kasi right now, yung kahit sino, everyone can just generate an email, create like, create a account. Easy, right? Just parang automated scripts now. Pero if you added sort of a privacy layer there na parang, okay, you have to interact with a smart contract and you have to pay at least for a fee, a fraction of a fee to do it, right? Pwede sila mag-spam pero it's gonna cost them, right? Parang may na siya, may protection na siya. So those who are committed and like na bought into sa project are the ones who's gonna just, pay for it, vote for it, right? Vote for those projects. So yeah, that's, I think, maganda. I think maganda, long-term sort of solution for your business if, Web3.
Share this idea sa mga big brands. Like, holy shit, naiisip ko, man.
No, honestly, I'm not sure Christian, pero nag-isip lang ako bigla when you describe it. And then, okay, pwede.
And the big brands are gonna go crazy sa idea.
I think this is the benefits of doing this podcast, bro. This is our vision, na usap-usap lang then because you have so much expertise sa topic, we gain a different perspective of how the industry in your business, in your side of the world works, and it gives us more insight na, okay, this part we can connect this part, and I love that it's manifesting now. We're on to something. It makes me happy. That means, bro,
Galing niya, man.
Yeah, we're on to something.
Oh, man, yes. Galing.
But I do have a question, bro. Out of all the features, the use cases we've brought up and you think that are possible or plausible or useful in your industry, which one do you think would be more compelling in terms of your industry? Yung talagang isa lang yung pwede mo implement. Which would it be and why?
I think maganda yung idea yung dalawa. Siguro pag na-integrate na yon, kasi pinaka-importante in what I do in the direct response marketing world, numbers, it's a numbers game. So you cannot improve what you can't read or what you can't see. Kaya yung direct response marketing is one of the most profitable marketing ever kasi pag nakakita mo yung numbers na maliit or konti, na sablay yung numbers ng campaign mo, what can you do to improvise that? To improve what you did before? So, dun ka paano mag-improve yung numbers eh. So, if you guys can, because, I'm sorry, hindi lang ako techie. If you guys can find a way na ma-integrate yung blockchain and integrate gamify sa part na yon. I mean, aside sa mga ideas na na-mention nyo, if you guys can find a way to put the data on a decentralized platform so VCs or future investors can see what happened or what went wrong, what went right sa marketing, yung numbers na yun, that would be a great help. Kasi mava-validate din sa investor side, mava-validate nila na, hindi fluff tong project na to. They know their shit. They know what they're doing. Sa VC naman, magaling sila. They have validated their products. They have validated the demand. There's a product market fit. Kasi kumari, libo na or thousands na yung gumamit nung program na yon, ng app na yon. It means that there is a product market fit. Tapos, pag may product market fit na yon, syempre, it's up to the founders na lang on how to sell it. If the founders are really are relentless, are really, passionate in what they do, boom, funded na. Kasi that part of the app solves a problem. Hindi lang siya basta. There's this one crypto project that approached me last year and they want me to sell their social media app. Sabi ko, what's so special about this? What problem does it solve? Kasi yung main feature daw nila yun, aside sa social media, is they are highlighting yung mga tokens na hindi pa ano tawag doon sa, parang hindi pa siya na-publish sa
release.
Yeah. It's a Binance or whatever trading platform. So yung mga hindi pa listed. Hindi pa listed sa mga famous brands ng platform. So yun daw yung sinusolve nilang project. Kasi isip ko, that's not really a problem. That's, it's just a hobby. So yun yung isa sa mga rason kaya I declined. But yun nga, so your idea, the ideas that we have brainstormed here right now, I think it's gonna solve a big problem, lalo na para malaman ng mga investors kung gaano kalaki yung inalat na marketing budget or gaano na yung karami yung numbers na nag-invest dito. At least there's a transparency na makakita nila na, this project is pwede tayo mag-invest dito kasi it's not something that the NFT coach bros that were doing like 2 years ago. So, okay siya. So, maganda idea. I like it.
It is a decentralized sort of, vetting system for projects.
Yeah.
Anyone can, and then you have numbers, and everything is backed up to the blockchain.
Yeah.
Immutable pa. No one can fake you.
No one can tamper that. No one can remove that. So, and then since meron ka nga parang privacy layer there, mabavet mo sino yung nagbabots lang saka hindi. Like hindi mo basta mamamanipulate yung data, right? And in terms of like the data itself, you can always use yung parang mga tamper-proof solutions sa decentralized tech space, right? Like IPFS, right? So yung mga ganong solutions.
Data storage.
Yeah. So yun, we have that as well. VL can build that for you for sure. And then we have the expertise and we have the technology to do that. So yeah, like those are the things, those are the ideas. Yeah. And whenever naman to na-share sa anyone, wala namang parang pag nag-usap lang tayo, doon lang kami nagka-come up ng ideas.
Nakikiliti yung
Ganun lang, yeah. So, yun, I think that's a good use case. Pwede natin siyang gawin. Pwede nga gawin yun, yeah.
I think we're nearing the end of the recording session. And I usually really ask our guests to make sure na everything we talk about was added some value into you and your time was, cared for. Do you have questions? Do you have anything you want to clear up? Anything you want to know around blockchain technology that you want us to respond to or at least give clarity on?
Mahina kasi talaga ako sa tech side ng blockchain. But I do have a question in terms of, I want to get your perspective, guys. No? Kasi ako, bandang huli ko na lang na nakikita na, olats pala to. From a business owner standpoint, like you guys, for example, may kausap kayong Web3 projects. How do you know if their project is viable? Number one. Number two, if it's not shady. Kasi ako, hindi ko kagad nare-realize bro.
Yeah. Ako personally, I do.
Bro, Alvin, before you say your answer, here's my answer, bro, Louis.
Wait lang.
Go through, Alvin. Same as Alvin's answer.
No, I don't know. I have a lot of experience kasi with the Web3 projects. So, medyo maaga ako sa space, 2016. And,
oh, wow.
Fortunately, may mga good projects. So, I was able to monetize. Pero unfortunately, meron ding mga bad projects. So, I lost a lot then over the years. Pero para kasi ako, hindi naman ako gambler, hindi naman ako trader. I just love the tech. So every time I see a project na mukhang maganda siya, sige, maglalagay ako just because I want to contribute, right? I want to contribute something to the promise of this tech. So medyo nung una hindi masyadong mataas yung bar ko sa projects. Pero over the years, dumami na yung criteria ko, right? Yung mga red flags. So nakikita ko na kasi yung mga red flags. So ako, very tech yung perspective ko. So I usually check first yung paper, yung how technically sound yung mismo project, kung viable ba talaga siya. From my perspective, talaga bang doable to. So again kasi ako, tech kasi ako, so I can see like if it's too like masyado siyang marketing, masyado siyang parang complex to do, I wouldn't even like look into their to the team itself Like for example, I'm just gonna be honest with Christian, yung mga trilemma projects, yung mga sinasolve nilang trilemma, that's hard. It's not, you have to have quantum computers to do that. Even if you have quantum computers, mas mabilis pa rin yung mas mabilis pa rin yung mga centralized solutions to that. So yun, a technical aspect of it. And then you have to check the team. Ano ba yung background ng team? Like, are they preaching what the project is doing? Like, for example, if it's a project na about ID system or storage, meron ba sa kanilang may background talaga ng storage? Check their LinkedIn, check their profile. You have to look into like, they're just, may mga entrepreneurs na, they have this idea, but they don't really have the expertise to do that, right? So for hindi ko naman, it's not like, of course, anyone can be an entrepreneur, and then if they have an idea, pero at least consult someone, be partner with someone who knows how to do this, to do the tech. Right? If the team doesn't have that expertise, right, dun sa team na yon, dun sa project na yon, na red flag na siya sa akin. Kasi how can you execute this kung wala ka mismong expertise? Is this gonna be like just all talk and then gano'n lang ba siya? So yun, red flag na yon. And then the source code. So for example, if they're asking for, if you're like, parang may project ka, na sabihin mo parang, kasi gusto ko kasi at least yung mga project, meron silang MVP man lang, prototype.
Yeah.
Right? If you believe in your project, if you believe in something that you are, passionate about, or you're this project na to, right? You at least need to build something tangible, right? It's not just like white paper, marketing brochure na launch mo. You need to have something tangible. So kailangan meron kang parang prototype man lang na open source, especially sa Web3. Like open source dapat, you have to have like something na public, na sa GitHub, na sa repo. Anyone can audit. So for Web3 kasi, the code needs to be auditable. Kasi when you're dealing with, let's say, when you're dealing with money, right, with tokens, kailangan makita ko sa smart contract na hindi ka nagka-transfer sa ibang contract. Like, baka mamaya nagta-transfer ka ng ibang ganito, ng ibang contract, and then you're picking up a fees na ganyan na hindi naman talaga dapat pinipick up, right? So dapat, ngayon, kung may smart contract ka, dapat at least nasa verified state siya, verifiable siya sa chain. So, kailangan makita ko yung source code sa chain, hindi yung bytecode lang. Kasi usually, pag hindi siya verified, parang garbage data lang talaga siya sa sa chain, right? So ano ba, yung social proof, community din. So, check the community, kung okay siya, kung talaga ba legit yung people na nando doon, yung mga, kasi usually may mga nakikita kasi akong projects na parang they have like 38,000 people sa Telegram, and then ang online lang is 50. So obvious na parang bot lang, right? Like alam mo yun, like no, if the project invests, to me if the project invests on like parang ganong bots, that means they're trying to deceive people na they're this, pero hindi talaga sila ganun. Imagine 38,000 as a group, pero 50 lang yung online, or maybe 10 lang from time to time. So that tells me yung parang in a way ethical behavior ng project. So yun, red flag rin siya sa akin. Then social proof, meron bang partnership? Yung mga partners ba is good? Are they
reputable
ba sila? Are they saying wala ba silang parang mga issues? Wala ba silang parang ongoing cases or anything like that? So parang yun din, yung kasi the network itself ng project is also important. Who you partner with is important. Like if you're partnering with someone na parang hindi, na medyo sketchy din, gives an impression na parang okay, you're willing to partner with someone na will bend or even break the rules, right? So ako, for personally, I don't want to do that. I don't like, kasi before naisip ko, dati kasi yun nga, mababa yung barrier ko. So sige, parang lagay, like sige po, maglalagay lang ako ng parang pera, or maglalagay lang ako ng parang coin. Sige, like I'm just gonna buy token kasi maganda yung project. Kasi sa white paper mukhang maganda naman. Pero yun, as I experience more project, parang dumadami na dumadagdag na yung filters ko. Pero yun yung filter ko, like project viability, community, yung white paper, yung tangibility yung product itself. Meron bang talagang team behind it? Talaga bang expert sila on what they're preaching? Right? Yung community. So, yun yung criteria ko. Yeah.
So now you understand, bro. You understand how to check for projects. Do what Alvin's saying. Pero aside from that long list, because I really like his list. It's really comprehensive, and it shows his experience. It shows his standard. I really love that. That's what I love about Alvin. Actually, he's really integrity-wise, the bar is really high. So like he's gonna keep you accountable when meron ka partner
bro.
Kung meron ka na pa-partner na medyo na hindi okay, he's gonna keep you accountable and say, hey, they're a bit sketchy, is gonna affect you. So I really appreciate that about Alvin. The thing I would just add is yung more on yung sales part naman. The way I think about projects beyond the steps that Alvin mentioned is that, is this something that I can sell myself? Parang, if I make it go through my mind with all that I know currently, mabibenta ko ba talaga siya? Do I really believe in it? Kasi I find that I sell things better if I believe in it, and I see why. I see why in my internal self na, okay, this makes sense, this is good, this is a good cause, etc. If I don't see that, I usually say no, because that means, I won't be able to sell this, it's gonna be a long grind, it's gonna be inauthentic. So as long as I can sell it, and we add Alvin's, how to say this, protocol or standard operating procedure for validating projects or vetting projects, then we're pretty much, at the top of the world.
Oh, Nate, that's how you sort of. Ako kasi from my perspective, yung promise ng tech is so it's so big, it's so promising na we need to weed out yung mga illegitimate people, right? Kasi it does a lot of harm, for example, yung Lodi coin, like that was a year ago.
Yeah.
And then hindi na, negatively affected yung industry, right? So parang, to me, I advocate for authenticity. I advocate for legitimate use cases. And then the people behind it talaga, that's important. So
Gotcha. So primary, if I was to sum it up, kasi na-mention mo yung audit, tas biglang pumasok sa isip ko na may nag-approach pala sa aking prospect na nag-o-offer ng smart contract audit. So, dun ba papasok yung nabanggit mo kanina?
Yeah, yun din. Kasi may mga smart contract kasi na may mga parang loopholes, and then sometimes these loopholes, intentional siya. Like for example, kung makakamint lang nito is this account, or makakapag-withdraw pala to yung itong account na to, mag-withdraw pala niya ito yung buong nasa escrow account na. So tapos meron ding contract na parang pwede ka pala mag-unlimited mint ng tokens, which makes tokens inflationary, right? So parang alam mo yun, may mga pipili na at this price, pag bumagsak yung price, lugi na yung mga tao. So alam mo yun, it ties that and of course and some people are investing their savings to these projects, right? Mga tokens, minsan mga life savings pa right? So
I've had some experiences around that. Actually, they brought me into the project not to dev. It's because I built a reputation of integrity. Because my mindset going into Web3 was, I'm not gonna it's not it's not a money thing. Na parang the way I earn more money is by being better at what I do, upscaling, this overall personal development. That's how I see money comes to me. So never ko inisip na if I go into a project, it's mainly for the money. It's really more for the fun, more for the experience, more for the wisdom that I get. So I built that reputation when it was still very active in the space. They call me from time to time not to build, pero i-check ko lang, bro, is this valid? Kamusta yung ginawang smart contract ng team ko? Is this good? Are they doing well? And I wouldn't even put it under audit. Parang vetting, parang smart contract vetting than it is audit, kasi yung audit is more on security, vulnerability exploration ng smart contract, but this one is more of yung vetting. Parang since you have a reputation of integrity, you have leverage in terms of vetting. Na ikaw na yung tinatawag din na, bro, pasilip naman. Oh, sige. And usually I gave it for free. That's how I somehow gained more traction nung time na yun, kasi I gave a lot of things for free. Kasi to me it was fun. It's a good story to tell. It's a good experience. Yeah, so smart contract vetting.
Should charge that. Kasi mahal pala ng charge din yung nakalala.
Mahal yun. Honestly, mahal yun. Mahal siya.
$7K.
$7K?
Yeah, charges.
Bro, sa amin, $5K lang, by the way.
For smart contract yun, diba? For smart contract.
Smart contract. Pero ang laki niya mag-charge sa mga clients pero sa quote ko sa kanya, tutulungan ko siya sa paghanap ng mga partners. Umaaray na siya sa barya lang na quote ko sa kanya. So, that's red flag number 2 sa akin. So, red flag number 2. Hindi ko na tinanggap din.
I see. So I think we're nearing the end, Luis. It's been really insightful. Your depth of expertise pagdating sa marketing has really made this session much more enjoyable and insightful. Kasi a lot of the things you say, even in leadership and corporate, I myself don't even have an idea of. So it was really refreshing to hear that from you. But since we're nearing the end of the recording session, bro, at this moment, if you want to plug something, say something, share something, you want to teach us something, anything you want to say, this is your moment.
I haven't really made some offer yet, but just in case you guys need, or someone that needs product launching, I'm the guy. I'm the guy that overcharge.
I think we can. Yeah, we can.
Likewise, man. I really had fun, especially dun sa tech side. I'm really thankful that you guys educated me more on that because yung level ko doon wala pa eh. I just know bits and pieces of information regarding the tech side, but nung nag-usap tayo, I was like mind blown by the knowledge that you guys shared. So thank you.
All right. So before we go to the outro, bro, Alvin, any last word?
I guess like I mentioned earlier na what you're doing is use a product, your productization, and then you're like building sort of like a launch pad is something that is needed as an industry then. Like I can tell you right now, ang dami kong kilalang parang nagpa-product development sila, and I'm gonna avail that offer later on siguro. Sinabi mo na, kasi like meron talaga akong parang marami akong kilala na they're doing product and then they're now looking for, okay, how can we market this? How can we do the business development side of? Parang they don't want to look for a COO or like a marketing officer to do that. They just want to do delegated to a service like what you're providing, right? And ang daming legitimate projects kasi dito na talagang product, parang tech-centric siya, but they don't have that kind of service. So I think what you are doing in the space is there's a gap.
There's a gap
filling. Yeah, there's a gap that you're filling in, and I honestly think that you're gonna be. If you keep doing this, especially as a Web3 and blockchain space, you're gonna be successful. Man. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be much better later on, right? For sure.
Thank you. Really appreciate that, man.
It's a good thing you say that, bro, Alvin. Kasi when we were just starting, the first thing that came to mind was, damn, I might in the future need your service. Yun yung pumasok sa isip ko eh. It never happened with me. Recently, when we were going to our guests in Blockchain for Executives. So far, hindi pa siya nangyari. This is the first time na parang I might need that. So, it's really good. It's really great knowing that you had that end-to-end solution because it makes things easier for us. Like Alvin said, as a technologist, I would much rather not think about that and focus on what we really want to do, the things we're passionate about, our zone of genius, and you make that happen for the industry. So we're really grateful for what you're doing. But because we're at, and I know it's sad, we're going to say goodbye, but I've connected you already on Telegram. So hi guys, this is Blockchain for Executives, where we teach you how you can leverage blockchain technology for your business.